In last week's live, we were talking about our plans for next school year, and I shared that we were going to continue with the Don't Forget to Write. They also have a middle school version. This is the elementary version. And in that, sorry, my watch was going off. I use my Apple Watch throughout the day to keep us on track for school. I was sharing how much I love this book, and I absolutely credit this book from making my boys, from moving them from hesitant writers, reluctant, not at all happy to do it, to kids who actually enjoy writing. Like, not even just like hesitant anymore. They jump right into it and enjoy it. And that, to me, once you've created that love of it, or that enjoyment of it at least, you can go a lot further with your subject. So as we were having that discussion, I shared that I would tape our lessons this week so I can put it up and share with you so you can see what it looks like, because this is a program that is written for, it's an after school program for a group setting. And so if you've ever tried to adapt a group lesson plan to the homeschool, it can be difficult sometimes. These I found to be pretty easy to do. Okay, so Rules of Magic is the one that we're going to start with. Here's what we're going to work on today. Okay, so my boys, this one is called The Rules of Magic. Fantasy is reality, except awesome. Put outers are like lighters, except they turn everything on and off, not just themselves. Come up with something that you like in the real world, and make it magical and awesome. Okay, what could be magical about Coco? What could she do?
She could talk to humans with her bark. She could scare off any intruders.
She could talk to humans. What's something else that she could do?
She could run as fast as the speed of sound.
Run as fast as the speed of sound. Excellent. What's magical about that door when we walk through it?
You can go to any room in the house.
To any room in the house. I would like to go to any country in the world.
You're thinking grand.
I am thinking grand. Okay, so that's rule number 1. Fantasy is reality.
Okay.
Number 2, everything is connected. Here's where we're going to start getting serious. Some examples of this rule. Harry's and Voldemort's wands share the same phoenix feather core.
Okay.
Is that something we already know?
Yeah, from the first book we learned.
Okay. Sauron pours most of his power into the One Ring.
Yeah.
Godric Gryffindor has a magical sword and a magical hat. Okay, now you need to come up with a few magical things that connect to your original one. So, maybe Coco has a magical collar that helps her to talk. And so if she doesn't have it on, she can't talk. What about the door? What could be magical about the door?
It was made.
That gives it its magic power. Is it magical every time you walk through it?
Not every time.
So how does it get to be magical?
You must offer with food.
Ideas aren't always good ones. They're not always good ones, but we'll let it go because this is brainstorming. And nothing is wrong in brainstorming. Except for those answers. How does the light get its power?
From the mood.
From the mood?
Yes.
And what happens to it when it gets its power?
It can light up anywhere on Earth.
Excellent. Ben, give me another something. Some kind of a noun. Quick.
Airplane.
Airplane. Matthew, how does the airplane get its magic?
By how much weight's in it.
How much weight's in it? Ben, What magic does it get?
The ability to fly at 10 trillion miles a second.
Whoa, that's quick. Okay, so that's kind of how we do a brainstorming session. Sometimes I'll write it up on my board. Sometimes I won't. Mostly we just do it orally. So, now boys, open up Google Docs. Okay. I'll have them open it up, and then we start with a short amount of time to get started. I want you to come up with 3 objects, and then either, no, let's rechange it all. 3 objects.
Okay.
3 ways, 3 different kinds of powers, like the magic, and 3 different ways they get their magic. Does that make sense, boys?
Yes.
Okay, I want you guys to write out 3 of each of those. So during our writing lesson yesterday, I remember that Matthew had an out-of-school class. So we stopped that and he hopped into it. So we're working on it today. And I realized as we were going over it today that I gave them wrong directions yesterday. So we're just going to go with what I gave them and have them, we'll just adjust. So after they made their 3 rules, I had them pick 2 from their list. So 1 from 2 different groups, one thing. And then they have to get their 3rd one from the other ones. So they are looking right now to just figure out what they're going to do. Matthew, which one are you choosing?
I'm choosing it gets its power from fluid sacrifice.
You have a guitar, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Back to your computers. For your story, you can do it something like myth style, like how this item gained its magical power. You can do a story about an adventure with this magical set of powers. I don't care how you want to do it. 10 minutes was up, and I had them run Grammarly, which, if you don't know, it's a free Chrome extension. We pay for the upgraded version. I found a coupon. I just Googled for Grammarly coupon because my daughter uses it for her writing as well. So I had them Grammarly, and then I send one kid out of the room and have the other one read theirs out loud so that they can listen for mistakes as well. And then it's my turn to edit. Now I have them share the links with me. Sometimes we will edit, like one of them sits at the computer and I set up mine and we edit together. This time I am using the comment feature on Google Docs, which I'm not going to turn the camera on because I didn't get permission to share their writing, so I'm not going to do that. But you can just highlight words on Google Docs, and then there's an option for, there's like a little plus sign to add a comment. So, let's see, when we left off yesterday, I was making comments. So this morning I had them hop on Google Docs and check over their comments, make their corrections. I have not checked their corrections. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So I'm going to trust that they made things better on each one.
Yeah.
Yes.
We did.
And then they read each other's stories. I don't force them to share the story with the other one if they don't want to, but they generally enjoy reading what each other has to say. We didn't end up doing any writing yesterday, so I wanted just something short today, so we're going back to this one, Maddening Mad Libs, where they write a Mad Libs type story, and then the boys will switch their stories and fill it in. So with this activity, I just gave them a topic, which was Adventure with Dad. So that's the title of their story. They can make their story however they want. I gave them 10 minutes to write, and then we did a Grammarly checking it. And then now we will go in and take out words and put in the parts of speech so that they can fill it in and flip with each other. Okay, count the number of sentences you have. We're going to remove a word from half of them. How many do you have?
6.
So you're going to remove 3 words to fill in. Ben.
I have 9.
You have 9 sentences?
Yeah.
So 4 or 5 sentences to remove a word from, okay? Now, remember, when we do it, we're going to put a big long line where that word is, and we're going to put the part of speech in parentheses next to it. So if you remove the word dad, you're going to put a line there, and you're going to put a noun or a person. Ben, do you want to do your part of speech first?
No, I'm going to heal it.
Okay.
We're going to Biscuitville, said Dad. He brings you into his car and plays blue music at full volume. We arrive.
He allows you to play blue music?
He plays blue music. First we go to the plant section of First we go to the plant section.
At Biscuitville? That's pretty good, Biscuitville,
I'm
Ben.
not gonna go to that Biscuitville. And get some flowers. Then we get some plumbing supplies. As you get some wood, As you reach your checkout, you grab some cables. You have escaped. The end.
Escape.